tell you
Thank
about
you,
it.
sir.
Thank you, Mr. Stutzman. And I now recognize from my colleague from Rhode Island, Mr. Amo, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And before I get started, I certainly want to add my voice to the chorus in celebrating the committee's chairman for being such a great member, a great leader. You've been such a gentleman to me in the short time that I've been on the Budget Committee, and I wish the people of Texas's 19th Congressional District well, but they've been very well served. And thank you to our witness for being here. I know today my Republican colleagues have spoken about the importance of transparency, but I'm a little confused because if my colleagues care so much about transparency, where is Director Vogt? I know he's known by a lot of names, so it might be hard to track him down. The Grim Reaper, the chainsaw of bureaucracy, the shadow president. But, I think we should be able to find him. And it's also the case that we don't have the nonpartisan leaders of the Government Accountability Office testify. So perhaps my Republican colleagues, don't want the American people to hear about OMB Director Vogt's crusade against Congress's power of the purse and the rule of law. Perhaps my Republican colleagues, may talk the talk about transparency, but don't, care that much about it. They have an opportunity to let people know why the big ugly law is going to kick 15 million Americans off their health insurance and force Rhode Islanders, my constituents, to choose between buying groceries and getting their annual checkup. My colleagues are hiding how Trump's chaotic tariffs are costing the average American $1,700 a year, equal to an extra month of rent. My constituents have already seen Trump's inflation take $580 from them this year. Now, this seems to me a plan to conceal the reverse Robin Hood scheme that we argued about in this very room when we fought very hard against the reconciliation package. But my Republican friends aren't jacking up prices for everybody. They're tipping the scale in favor of billionaires and big corporations. And if they move quick, like they did this year, maybe the American people won't notice. But I know back home, Rhode Islanders will not fall for that. Yesterday, I met with a constituent of mine, Marlene, a soon-to-be-retired public school teacher and breast cancer survivor from Barrington, Rhode Island. She told me that her health insurance premiums will skyrocket by an extra $600 a month thanks to Republicans' refusal to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, yet another attack in the long war and crusade against the Affordable Care Act. And so, don't forget, my colleagues didn't just refuse to extend these tax credits, they shut down the government over it. So Marlene might be able to scrimp and scrounge, and she might be able to cut back to the bone just to possibly keep her health insurance. The fact of the matter is, it does not have to be this way. So, Director Swagel, could you just tell me how many people will lose their health insurance coverage next year if the Republicans continue refusing to extend the ACA enhanced premium tax credits?
So our projections are that over time, it will be about 4 million people will become uninsured as with the expiration of the enhanced premium tax credits. It'll start a little bit lower than that and then build up to 4 million.
And, the Director, we know that my constituent Marlene will see her premiums skyrocket. Would other families see their out-of-pocket premium costs increase significantly because of the inaction?
That's right. The expiration of the enhanced premium tax credits will lead to higher out-of-pocket costs for people with that insurance coverage. It'll depend on families' income and their age and things like that. Some will have very large increases in out-of-pocket costs, and some will have more moderate ones.
Well, look, I don't know how you come to any other conclusion but this. These actions that I can describe as nothing else but dastardly, are making people poor, making people sicker. Poorer and sicker. There's no other translation back home. And so, your objective analysis has shown that, but we're seeing it, we're hearing it from our constituents, and the time to act is now. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman from Rhode Island, and I now recognize my good friend and fellow colleague from the great state of Georgia,